Hello? Hello? Hey guys, it is me, Huffy, your bear. Back at it again. We're gonna be continuing more Arknights today. We're gonna be playing again tonight, which would be in the morning for you guys, and I promise, because like we are not gonna finish this event otherwise, I don't think. So I definitely need to stream it again. Welcome, Rhoda, Eggy, Spirit, Heights. I'm alright. And no, you're okay, you're okay. Regarding FGO JP, it is a little bit different than how I approach Arknights. The thing is, like, to be a Type Moon fan, you know, like, you can't really separate FGO JP stuff from like the general Type Moon stuff, right? Like, there's no way to. Game audio is a bit too loud. Okay, let me lower it down a little bit. Okay, hopefully that's better. No worries, no worries. Oh, about yesterday. Oh yeah, no worries, it's fine. It happens. I get it. I feel like I've done that too, right? Where I just slept in. I didn't wake up for my alarm, so it's alright. So yeah, that's okay. But no, like, regarding the FGO stuff, because I did see that, you know, it's impossible not to see. I don't know if you guys saw that, or if you play FGO and you know, or you just saw it and you're wondering what the Arknights analog would be, but FGO JP gave their players essentially 1,000 Saint Quartz, right? And where's my calculator app? Let's see, 1,000 divided by 30, because you need 30 Saint Quartz to do 110 roll or 10 summon. So essentially they gave them 33 rolls, right? 33 rolls. That's insane, right? 33 rolls. It's a lot. That would be like however much in a rundum. But all right, let's get started here. I should look at the map. Also, I don't know if you guys saw just now, but Xingzhu got her over here, level 60, maxed out, level 7 skills, and I got the first stage of her module. She's ready.
Bring forth all your prowess. My pen shall stand witness.
With her sister here. So yeah, well done. I know, right? I'm probably the only one who's I'm probably the only one who's done that. So yeah, like, you know, she's here. she's ready to work, so. All right. My voice is ready. Yu Chang, you sure are lucky. All my years at the JRO, and you are the first I've seen who has the chance to get out of this damn prison alive. I myself never expected it to turn out this way. That's what's wrong with all you clerical types. Always living for the day, never thinking about the consequences. Oh, something to be excited for 6 months from now? It's so hard to save in this game, though. All that time spent researching, all those years of blood, sweat, and tears, all for a dish at the feast and one very angry lung. You caused quite the ruckus and ended up in here. Are you happy? It is as you say. But my deeds were loyal and just, this I know. My conscience is clear. Those who peer into fin ponds to find omens will see omens, so what comes next in your plans? The order to transfer has already been issued. I will be joining the diplomatic vision to Victoria in 3 days. After all that happened, I can no longer stay in Baijiao. These arrangements are the fruit of Minister Ning's efforts. Victoria? How are you supposed to get to Victoria with a body like yours? To be favored with a pardon is all I need ask for. Besides, I can consider going to Victoria returning home. Can you really? I remember you saying your wife and child already passed away, no? Yes, it has been many years since that day. Even if I did believe you, do you think other people will? If you can remember things that happened back then, so can others. Do you know how many eyes will be watching you when you return? What am I to do? Please speak plainly. Lend me your life, my friend. That unvarnished truth you crave, I will give it to you. Oh, it's this guy. Lover boy. Okay, guys, given what we know so far, right? Given what we know so far, Blaze's dad died in mysterious circumstances, but it's like kind of connected to him doing something odd or weird, something he got on the wrong side of the wrong people. Do you think that that was selfish of him to do that, knowing he had a family waiting for him back in Victoria? Or do you think he was right and just to do so? Even at the cost of Blaze growing up without a father. What are your guys' thoughts on that? The first time I came to Baijiao to further my studies left a deep impression on me. Skyscrapers that blotted out the heavens, an unending sea of brilliant lights. And in the center of all those lights was the Forbidden City. 1,000 feet it teetered, its lofty heights unseen from the ground. My teacher said this was where every policy was decided, where every decree was handed down, each one affecting the lives of untold commoners. A duty heavier than mountains. And thus it is here that every student can put to use all they have learned. To serve the lands and the people. But when I stood here, in the flesh, facing that palace of edifice and high walls, I felt a chill sap away my breath. That's true, but like, culturally we know her dad is Victorian, even though he's ethnically Anese. You've arrived early, Mr. Lang. Miss Ning. You seem surprised. Do you not wish to see me? Hardly. I simply had not heard you would also be attending the feast, Miss Ning. Minister Ning is ill, so for this year's feast, the Ministry of Rights had no choice but to send me to attend in his stead. It was a rather last-minute decision, so I did not have the time to tell you, my lord. I suppose that leaves us equals in silence, since it seems you never planned to tell me you were attending either. I am merely here as part of my work. I did not wish to bother you, Miss Ning. I'm suddenly reminded of how, aside from Shangshu, we have not met for the better part of a year. Several of my letters to you during that time received no answer. Damn, left her unread. It can be hard to put to words to paper, and I find myself often mired in official business. I have been negligent in maintaining my side of the conversation. I cannot deny your blame, Miss Ning. Where have I mentioned blaming you, my lord? During your time as magistrate, even the smallest needs of your hometown never left your thoughts. Now with expanded duties, the concerns have only increased. But for some reason, after only 6 short months, I feel as though we have become estranged. As if there are some things we cannot say to the other. Putting that for the moment, this is the first time you are attending the feast, yes? Yes, my early years were spent in Shangshu, so I had little opportunity to take part in government events such as this. Major topics are often deliberated upon during these feasts. The question this year is, what decision will His Majesty make in regards to this war? I dare not make any sort of wild conjecture on His Majesty's thoughts. But you are a clever man, Mr. Lang. Your conjectures are always correct. You did, in fact, have something on your mind the other day, and you wanted to discuss it with Grandfather, did you not? I dare not lie to you, Miss Ning. Phrase it how you will, I am always happy to hear that you wish to see me. But I am afraid that for you I've never been someone to be trusted or to entrust things with. Damn. I believe there may have been a misunderstanding. I do not mean to blame you. Who among us did not detest the murky secrets of the bureaucracy when these red robes were first draped over us, but now we must navigate all this wheeling and dealing, like it or not. I may not be close to the center of the court, but there is one thing even I know. It is difficult to speak the truth, and even more difficult to make others believe you are speaking the truth. Once you enter the palace walls, the word sincerity means less than nothing. But all I've ever shown you is sincerity, Miss Ning. No matter what may come, I've always hoped you would remember. We should take our seats now, Mr. Lang. Let us head inside. This guy sucks at talking to women. He's not really that good at talking to women, I don't think. Come on, step on it. Check your ingredients one last time when you're done. The guests are already seated. We need to start serving as soon as the order comes in. Inspect all your ingredients. Check on the stews and soups while you're at it. The bliss soup on stove number 90. I don't know how, but the color seems to be a bit off. What? How many times did I say to cut the ingredients into finger-width cubes? No more, no less. And it's supposed to be on the fire for 24 hours, no breaks. Someone must have screwed this up. Alright, move aside. I'll come have a look. Hey, there she is. Hey, over here. Why are you still wearing these clothes? Scared people won't notice you or something? Formal dress for formal occasions. I'd kept these clothes at home just in case. But this is the kitchen. Don't you have anything more suitable to put on? No. You. Hey, is disguising yourself not something natural for JROs? What nonsense are you talking about? Deputy Minister of the JRO is not some undercover ghost. Though I have found myself sneaking around a lot lately for some reason. Alright, enough muttering. Change into these clothes. You follow the army of waiters into the banquet area as they're serving up the dishes, then change back when you can. Fine. That's a nice touch though, is it not? This kind of infiltration really does make me a little nervous. You said you were going to stand up to see justice restored, so if you make the True Long mad, is he going to arrest you right away, or is he going to... There is a tradition of remonstration during the Feast of 100 Delicacies. Besides, we're just going to request a reopening of an old case due to inconclusive evidence. Why would the True Long be mad at me? Although there is one thing, which is, have you ever thought about what if? What if the truth we managed to dig up on this case turned out to be the complete opposite of what we thought? What if you found out that everything around you was one big lie? What are you talking about? Didn't we do all this to get to the truth in the first place? If it's a lie, we'll smash it to pieces. Why the hesitation? We've come this far already. What choice do we even have? Okay. Blaze, I think your father, he was likely a good man. Huh? Why this all of a sudden? Promise me this. If something unexpected happens, you must take care of yourself for... Shh, someone's coming. Hide under the stove. Is everything ready? Ready, Chief. These longevity noodles you are in charge of may be simple, but they are still vital for the feast. Make no mistakes while preparing them. Understood. You. Although I do not know why your Shifu did not wish to come to the feast, I believe he had his reasons to choose you. Once the feast is over, I will give you the opportunity to take on my mantle. Eh? Me? Not happy to hear that? There's a lot of chefs who would pinch themselves awake if they were told they were going to be your apprentice. But I don't understand. Why are you entrusting all the skills you've learned your entire life to only one person? Nonsense. Do you know just how many examinations a Dingfeng Low head chef puts their prospective students through before they should choose an apprentice? Not to mention the fact that my own Shifu is the one who penned the Book of Foods with recipes from all 4 major cuisines and has served us well for decades worth of feasts. Out of the hundreds of chefs in this Dingfeng Low kitchen who have honed their craft for many years, Shifu chose me to take the reins. Just me. Generations of exquisite artisanship in these hands, you'd let anyone smudge it? But no matter how exquisite the artisanship is, you're making the dish for people to eat. What I mean is, teaching a single apprentice who's as good as you really more important than teaching a bunch of chefs who can do a decent job? The more you teach, the more you can cook. Which means even more of Yan can enjoy tastier food or something. That's enough of your disrespectful rubbish. Focus on your noodles. I mean, Blaze has a point. Want to know what else Blaze would look good in? Honestly, everything, really. Have the preparations been made? Yumen has entered the highest state of alert, and the city defenses are all in position. The citizens have been evacuated, leaving 20,000 soldiers and 3,000 Tianqis able to take to the field at any time. They await your orders. Okay. Let us see if the moons wax or wane in our favor tonight. General, the Grand Commandant's messenger has arrived. At this hour? Where's the message then? He didn't have one. All he had to deliver was a box of mooncakes. He said the Grand Commandant had only one thing to say to you, General. Eat them while they're hot. Don't let them get cold. Is that a hidden message that, like, don't let this chance to go to war go to waste? That's what it seems like. You received my notice, Lord Zhou. It has been a while. Are you faring well? You. No need to be so tense. This pawn shop has long since closed its doors. No one will be bothering us. Why meet me alone? Shouldn't I be asking you that, Lord Zhou? What do you mean? I opened this pawn shop on a whim during my stay in Baijiao, and for a time, business was booming. Every day would see customers bring in all sorts of curios, scrolls, precious baubles, and odd gemstones. In the end, many of them were taken by my wandering younger brother and placed within his garden. The most curious thing was that all the customers who came by this shop had one thing in common. They were looking for me. think far too highly of yourself. Well, since you have come to see me, does that not mean you have something to discuss, Lord Joe? Perhaps I could answer one or two questions plaguing you. All I want to know is, why have you come to Baijiao? If that convict has decided now is the time to declare war on Yan, all that awaits him is death and destruction, but I'm sure he knows that already. Indeed, my elder brother is skilled at the art of the gridded board and nothing else, though it is a formidable and well-honed skill at that. Do you still remember the Shanghai Zhong who appeared in Yumen, Lord Zhou? During the Sui regulator's analysis of the incident, we noticed traces of another Farenmut proxy's actions. Wang is suspected of being involved. What are you trying to say? I'm sure you remember, Lord Zhou, that during that hunt 1,000 years ago, the Farenmut of Yan were either put to the sword or banished. Has the Sui regulator ever wondered, considering my brother was able to find one of them? Could he perhaps have found more than just one? During the many years since the incident, the Sui regulator have watched closely his every movement within Yan's borders. But have they never considered the possibility that one of his weight keystones might leave the country? Don't underestimate our intelligence network. The Sui regulator have never stopped keeping an eye on the Farenmut outside. If they make any sudden movements, our Farenmutologists will surely sense something. I'm sure they did. They should be on their way back to Yan right now. Damn, that's ominous. Please treat this information as my humble gift to you, Lord Zhou. How you use it is for you to decide. Why are you telling me this? You're one of the convict's conspirators, so why tell us his plans? In truth, though I am indeed in collaboration with my brother, our hearts are not as one. We have our differences. He insists on seeing a victor decided. I, on the other hand, prefer doing my business in a more amicable fashion. As for why I chose you, I feel like we are kindred spirits. What? I profess I have some skill in reading people. My intuition tells me we will have the opportunity to do business once again in the future. It's possible that the fate of us siblings will lie in your hands, Lord Zhou. To be able to chat with you on this festive day, even but for a moment, is destiny at work. I hope that in the future you can see me as a man you can discuss things with. I know, they made that up, straight up. Yo. What's wrong? Sorry, my hand is cramped. Couldn't hold it steady. You seriously? Sorry, I'll go back to the kitchen and get a new one. Do it quick. The mandarins are all seated already. Once the true lung arrives, the banquet will start. Do you need help, madame? Madame? I am here for the feast of 100 delicacies. All the mandarins should have already been seated. May I ask why? Forgive me, I was delayed on the road here. I will head in right away. Please wait a moment. Madame, please show your invitation to the feast. Why? Is me standing here not invitation enough? A routine inspection. I beg your pardon, madame. My lady, you dropped something of yours. You left in such a rush. How could you not have noticed you dropped something so important? Good thing I spotted it. Ah, Madame Tang of the Ministry of Revenue. Please forgive my earlier impertinence. There are no further issues here, but the feast is about to begin. Please take your seat as quickly as you can. That invitation is a forgery. It will only work the one time. Do take care when you're inside. I know you. You're one of the ladies at the Ning Manor. I'm also a friend of Blaze. I spotted her name on the chef roster and guessed at your plan. The rest you will simply have to beg forgiveness from the true Lung after meeting him. But don't you know, if this case is reopened, you'll be ruined. But the one most heavily implicated by this case would be Blaze, no? Didn't you already agree to help her find the truth? What else is there to worry about? Besides, if you really do manage to pull back the curtain on all of this, well, that's what I was after in the first place. Thank you. Fireworks, man. Arknights always making me hungry, man. They're always talking about food or feasts, soups and delicacies and pastries. Despite all my years as a Mandarin, I rarely set foot in the Forbidden City. I see towering palaces press up against the sky, majestic and stately. I see a banquet of incomparable bounty, each and every seat filled. The lamps are as bright as day, even as the moonlight envelopes them. But what I cannot see is who hid away these names. Who does not want to see the truth come to light? I suddenly recall the words. Will you be able to handle the truth? Yu Cheng, what exactly did you see? How strange. The feast has already started, so why has His Imperial Majesty not yet arrived? No need to panic. His Imperial Majesty is busy. Something urgent might have come up. All we can do is wait. I heard he's been ill for a while now. What if it's something to do with that? Shh. Stop blabbering. That guy's asking the wrong questions. Preposterous, simply preposterous. Don't you know where we are? What right have you to obstruct a court Mandarin? What's all this noise about? This man says he's Assistant Minister Tang Jan of the Ministry of Revenue, but we've already checked and every seat under the Ministry of Revenue is already accounted for. I am Tang Jan. None of this he says rubbish. Look, do you see this seal on my hand? Whose name is on it? All fall silent. 3 blasts of the horn mark the 7th hour of the night. The moon shines bright overhead, their lights so clear they wash away all color. So 7 p.m. All rise. One by one, the Mandarins stand looking towards the center of the feast with bated breath, waiting for the one meant to be seated at the head of the table. I have something to report, Your Majesty. Oh, I'm getting secondhand embarrassment by her doing this. Fire. Fire. None knew where the burst of flame came from, but all it needed was a gust of autumn wind to engulf the entire banquet. The flickering flames act like wild beasts, brandishing their fangs and claws as they pace about above the table. The wind blows, and the beasts of fire grow and grow with speed. The conflagration bloats and bulges, letting off unsettling noises. Some liken it to shouting, others to laughter. Bizarre flames pour like falling rain. Having already tainted the feast of 100 delicacies, they flit and flicker as they climb up the faces of the panicking Mandarins. What's going on? What is going on, dude? I wonder what other Farenmut is involved now, though.
Us frontline breachers have high standards. Try to keep up.
Yo, bet.
Almost done. I have to get serious now.
Many intellectuals must join a battle before penning a decent verse.
Right.
Scared dog.
Oh, where is it going? Oh. Oh, okay. Alright, so where do I want to put my U here? Bottom. Yeah, we'll put him at the bottom.
So long as you're here, have some hot soup before you go.
I will.
Situation down crystal clear.
One should spot unsteady posture, wavering intent, much to learn yet.
There you go. We'll put the sisters together.
There's much to be recorded. Oh, almost does that. Gather around me, guys.
Oh shit, a derelict stove.
Roar. Oh well.
Not to swallow, huh?
That's my boiling blood turning the horizon.
That's right. That's right. Slam him.
No need to cover up. If secrets go public, then everybody's in the game.
Here, some clockwise candy. Just a little while longer. Gather around me, guys.
The show hasn't slipped on. I knew you were right away.
I'm not gonna lie, this is my first time actually playing Arknights since the last time we streamed. I've only been doing auto deploys really since then. Oh, she didn't survive.
Flourish. I plant you into the soil to grow anew.
Bring it on, bastards! Your life is mine to protect. Patience for not to swallow, huh?
Hurry up and taste my fireball power!
1,000 moves in one.
Oh, they fly. Shit. They're gonna make it through, aren't they? Yeah, I don't have anyone to...
Agony
Fuck.
ever etched on our hearts.
Yes.
Let's just say luck wasn't on our side this
Is
time.
FGO that demanding right now? We had an event. We had a summer event. As I'm sure, like, well, a lot of people might know this. FGO has no auto deploy. So you have to manually set up, get Rose out sooner, too. Yeah, FGO has no auto deploy. So you have to manually set up, macros with third-party apps. So there is some,
A silken river.
there is some extra work involved.
Bolster me upon departure.
Spineless scumbags.
Oh, gather around me, guys.
Many intellectuals must join a battle before penning a decent verse.
Bring it on, bastards! So long as you're here, have some hot soup.
After all this time, you still tend to war for solutions.
Got the situation down crystal clear.
One should unsteady posture, wavering intent, much to learn yet.
No need to cover up. If secrets
Gather around me, guys.
But yeah, there was also other things going on there, too.
Roar. A word I've not heard in a long, long time. There's much to be recorded.
victory or death.
At your command.
At this point, we can return him.
First,
Put Rosa Bear there.
come flesh and bone bear weeds, mounds and
Run faster! Still misbehaving?
not disappointed.
Now you can go.
Very well. Postman and the Knight of Gale and Snow.
Come on, guys.
Any whisper of my heart.
Get her ready, guys! My blood is boiling, Drake! It's my boiling blood turning the horizon.
Damn, she was actually getting hit really hard.
Tis but a flash in the drift of time.
Is it my turn?
Midnight Hudson. Fear not.
I'm ready to fight!
Wow, actually, Blaze died too.
Grief ever echoes.
Which one of these guys is hitting that hard?
Look at this spectacular sight. Alas, it is now a battlefield.
Goodbye! I knew you
Unsteady posture, wavering intent, much to learn.
still misbehaving.
Okay, there we go.
Let's kick it up a notch.
I'm gonna have to read those. And something was different there. Fire! Assassins! Protect His Majesty! Guards! Guards! Put out that fire! Lock the dining area down now! Dude, it is not a good time to be here right now. Everyone, stay away from the wine and the cups. A fire that does not burn hot. Who did this and what are they up to? But she looks like the biggest suspect right now. Lin Qingyan tries to calm down the crowd, but her voice is quickly drowned out by the shouting and screaming. In the midst of the chaos, she spots a familiar face. Their eyes met only for a moment, but she is more sure than anything. That person saw her attempt to cross the line of propriety in front of all. But the target is not her. Blaze. Blaze is the target? What's going on? What's with all this ruckus? This is bad. I heard some kind of demonic fire broke out at the banquet. No idea how it happened. The guards have the dining area surrounded. No idea what's going on inside or if His Majesty is hurt. They're talking about cutting the feast short. Lin Qingyan. We've been notified of unknown persons infiltrating the feast. We will now be conducting an inspection. I ask that everyone stay where they are and not move. Please cooperate. Damn it, what the hell happened over where Latesy is? This is bad. I can't leave her to fend for herself. I need to go take a look. You there, stop moving. What do I do? What do I do? I can't get in a fight here. No time to think, damn it. After her. Man, what a mess, dude. 1st Battalion, 5th Battalion, seal off the southern entrance. 7th, 9th, close the northern gate. Everyone else, sweep the palace from south to north. If you find anyone suspicious, arrest them immediately. Our intel says there are at least 2 culprits working together to ruin the feast, so take care. 2. So many guards, what a pain. What kind of trouble did you manage to get yourself into here, Latesy? Sounds like you haven't gotten caught yet at least, so where the hell are you? Shh, this palace is way too big. Why are you here? Shh, I thought you two just wanted to ask His Majesty to reopen the case. How did it come to this? I don't know either. That fire is not our doing. But the timing. You need to leave right away. There's no talking your way out of it if they find you. What I need to do is save Lin King Yan. Let me go look for her. How can I ask you to do something that dangerous? I'm more familiar with the Forbidden City than you are. Even if I did get caught, I'll have some leeway to explain myself. Don't worry, I'll find her. But you still don't trust me. What, still angry at me? Of course not. Head to the southern exit before the guards seal it off. We'll meet up at that restaurant once we're all out of here. Okay. You take care too. Wait, did the soldiers manage to get a good look at you? Yeah, I think so. That's not good. Oh, I know. Let's swap clothes. Come on, get them off. Outfit change. Also, yeah, Blaze, what the hell? It's like you only jump out when they look at you. Like, that's literally the one. Like, come on, Blaze. The dining area has been cleared out. Deputy Minister Lin wouldn't be there. But who started all this at the feast? I hope Blaze managed to make it out by now. Why is she here? These two. Is this fate at work? That was a Sui regulator, someone, right? I saw the sweet symbol of the Sui. Looks like it's not too far away now. And poor girl, she got knocked out. Wonder how things are going over on their side. Found you. Who's there? So it was you. Damn, that's one hell of a sword. You're not dressed like your average soldier. What are you, a general? Save the chatter. So you're the one Lin King Yan has been hiding behind her back. But why would she bring you to the Forbidden City? Oh, that's the Yan symbol. I know it's impolite to barge in on someone else's banquet, but would you believe me if I said we didn't mean anything bad by it? What I'm trying to say is that this is all a misunderstanding. There is no misunderstanding here. The Imperial Guard have been searching for you for 40 years. You are her descendant. What are you talking about? Whose descendant? Who's her? You really don't know. No, it seems you're not lying. All this time you've been hidden away and nobody thought to tell you about your history? Got me there. I'm pretty curious about it, not gonna lie. Is there anyone I can ask about it? But seriously, the Imperial Guard looking for me? 40 years ago, only a single child was unaccounted for in the family of a treasonous Mandarin. What are you talking about? Blaze, I need to confirm something. You were born in 1062 in Victoria, right? From as far back as I can remember, I lived in Victoria. Your father seemed to have been spending a lot of time pursuing a certain truth in the last few years of his life. What if you found out everything around you was one big lie? What? You're talking nonsense, Bizui. You are a person of interest. We'll figure out what to do with you after questioning. Come with me. Forget that. Gah. You're no weakling, it seems. I might not be able to take you in without hurting you. Oh, come the fuck on, dude. Don't wharf Blaze. Oh my god. Blaze is an elite op of Rhodes Island, dude. I know it's a small organization, but still, man. She's an elite. I'm so tired of our guys always being like, oh, but this guy's super special. He's stronger. Like, come on, let her at least put up a fight, dude. Come on. Don't wish to be harmed and surrender immediately. I'm not in the mood for jokes right now. She made it. Didn't I tell you to save yourself if something happened? Lin Qingyan. Lin Qingyan's eyes meet Blaze. She understands what has happened, but all she has to offer is silence. She turns and stands in front of Blaze, shielding her. So yeah, Lin Qingyan probably knew this shit earlier too, and she didn't say anything, dude. Your deeds are at the JRO are worthy of my respect, Deputy Minister Lin, and I was kind enough to remind you before. Seems you have decided to completely ignore my warning. I am perfectly aware of what I'm doing. I don't need your reminders. You know who she really is. Yet to go so far as to protect the descendant of a traitorous Mandarin. Why? For the truth. The truth you are all too afraid to talk about. Lin Qingyan, what are you two talking about? What do you mean? I'm the descendant of a traitor? My dad, who is he? Why did he die? Forgive me, I was planning to tell you everything after tonight, but it seems now is not a good time. Of course, yeah, of course, that's a stupid plan. I'm sorry, like, I'm kind of like, what the hell right now? Like, that's like so, I don't know, irresponsible to like sit on something like that, right? And not to tell your collaborator. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, this is China and they're not allowed to make China look bad. That's true, but like also this is not the same China, right? This is Yan and it's like a completely different different style of government, if that makes sense. And it's not even the government, it's like one Imperial Guardsman. This isn't a joke, by the way. You know, I get what you're saying, but like narratively, it's like really, really annoying. Come to think of it, every event we have, Yan kind of gets well, what's the right word? They lay it on thick. I think that's the right expression. They lay it on thick on him. I will make it up to you however you like, provided we make it out of here alive, that is. She will be coming with me tonight. As long as I am here, she will not. Forget that. You will need 3 of you to simply obstruct me. Get the fuck out of here. Go already. A burst of lightning blasts open a hole in the palace wall. Before the dust is even settled, a somewhat gentler blast of energy strikes Blaze. She is sent flying. Is that the mech? Blaze has done these sort of high-altitude leaps countless times before, as a form of dynamic entry into the battlefield or wherever happened to need her. She has never once felt fear. She believed in her own strength and in her many friends. There was never any confusion in her mind either. She knew who she was. She knew where she must go. She knew what she believed in. There is no plot that can hold back her heat, just like how the mist of dawn cannot hide away the sun. But now, what awaits her is no longer solid ground, but an endless abyss. She closes her eyes. Yeah, glazing is a good expression for that too. Ning Yin lies in the bed, her breathing faint. The crutch in the old man's hand shudders and he nearly falls. Why is she sick? After having seen so many things across so many years, he thought nothing more in this world could shock him. His lips open and close, yet try as he might, he makes no sound. Until someone in the shadows begins to speak first. She yet lives. It's you. Stay your steps, Mr. Nang. Come no closer. You never saw me tonight, and she never left the house. But why? She intruded upon the feast of 100 delicacies. She was with that girl when I discovered her. If she had run into anyone else, she would not still be alive. Impossible. 40 years. I can't believe it's you again. 40 years ago, you left her here. Now you save her life once more. Save her from a terrible fate. Fate. This must be fate. There's no escaping it. There never was. I did not leave her here for her sake. It was you who saved her, Mr. Ning. You once swore an oath to never let anyone know the truth of this case in exchange for her name. But it seems you are now wavering when it comes to past vows. The true Lung will know of tonight's events. The choice is yours, Mr. Ning. A gust of wind, and it was like nobody was even there. The old man stands in stunned silence. His daze is interrupted as he hears a sound coming from outside the courtyard walls. A sound like roaring, like weeping, like admonishment. I must be going mad. It's autumn. Why do I hear cicadas? Ah, how did I get here? Oh, finally awake, I see. I knew you were one tough feline. Look at you, as lively as Finn on the line. Jang was making a fuss about calling a doctor. He was shouting so hard he forgot what time it was. How long was I out? Wait, where are they? Lin King Yan. Did Nin Yin come by here? Seriously, how did I get here? Alright, slow down. I didn't even know where to start with all these questions. Last night, I was on my way to the night market to find some cheap veggies when I found you lying in the middle of the street. I thought you were drunk at first. I was worried you'd freeze to death or something, so I brought you back here. You were cursing up a storm in your sleep, hypocrite this, swindler that, and a lot more besides. I don't know where you managed to learn such creative Yanese. The Ning Yin you mentioned, and whoever this Lin King Yan is, never seen them before. So I don't know if they were here. I need to go find them. Whoa, where do you think you're going? The Forbidden City. I just saw a whole bunch of guards patrolling around there. You think you can still get in? I don't care. I have to go. Who do you think you're going to find after having lost yourself like that? What are you talking about? Just speaking the truth here, you lost yourself, yeah? You don't know where your self has gone, where it's wandered off to. You hear a few words from someone else, and when you know it, you barely even know your own name, much less who you are. Such absurdity. A tangerine seed is blown from Jiangnan to Jiangbei, where it takes root and yields fine fruit. What let this seed grow so well wasn't Jiangnan or Jiangbei, but decades worth of rain and sun. It's ultimately the same fruit. Jiangnan and Jiangbei might not be the same place, but an orange is an orange. It doesn't matter where you eat it. All things begin, all things end. There's the outer truth and the inner truth. Once you figure that out, then you can get back to asking your questions. Do you know something about all this? What do you know? Tell me. What do I know? I'm a chef. All I know is how to season my ingredients, how to boil, stir-fry stuff, regular fry stuff. Oh, right. Seeing you reminded me of something. Weren't you trying to find authentic tangerine cakes? I think I know how to make those.
The rights of the infected will only be won by the actions of the infected.
What, like he figured it out? This event has taken a turn in a weird way now. Like, because it introduced warfing, dude. I fucking hate that shit, bro. I can't stand that shit. If you already have someone at a set power level, right, or skill set or whatever, you can't just introduce someone and be like, oh, this person here is like them, but they're better. But they're better, and they're gonna do this. Like, no, dude. So fucking annoying, bro. I'm sorry. I don't know if any of you guys can just let that roll off your shoulder or whatever, but like, it's so annoying to see it, and you see it all the time in media. But like, for whatever reason, Arknights does it so belligerently. This red midget made us run around just to say he knows the recipe. Like, I don't know if he learned it after the fact because he was like, you know, quote unquote frustrated when Blaze said that's not an authentic tangerine cake or whatever. Or if he really was full of shit and he was just, you know, fucking with us the whole time. Like, come on, you. Savor it, use. More like lies it use. Okay. Why don't we let you explain? We will. One tangerine cake to go, please. Oh, you're here. Sending it to Victoria this time as well. No, not sending it. I need to go back right away. Though it's hard to say if I even can go back. This time. Cough, cough. Just a snack for the road. Wow, your cough's gotten pretty bad. I don't think you should be eating sweets right now. I'll boil you up a bowl of loquat soup. I'm fine, I'm fine. It's not to do with my lungs. Doesn't matter where the problem is. You gotta take care of yourself. You seen a doctor about it? Yes, I don't have much time left apparently. I'd say I'm beyond having to mind what I eat. Huh? It's fine. Everyone has to die someday. Yeah, and you, bro, this guy knew that and he still waited till the last minute to go back to his family, bro. I've done pretty much everything I needed to get done. How can you say something like that? Didn't you say you still have family in Victoria? They're waiting for you to go home. Yeah, I held on to hope I could see them again, but it seems... Cough, that won't be happening. I might have been a useless good-for-nothing my entire life, but at least I can say I haven't disgraced what little ideals and righteousness I still have in me. But only now that I'm at the end have I realized I owe them far, far too much. Isn't that just how people are? Things like that happen from time to time. If you try and be the perfect people pleaser, you're a fool. But surely you still want to go home, right? I want to see them, but if I don't, they'll have easier lives. That's just how people are. If you want to get something done, you need to put something down. Everyone else has put their things down, so I should too. I have been in your care for so many years, young chef. Even my final few words in this reverie of mine are for your ears only. Then, is there still something you want? I want... So we know that they were his tangerine cakes from before. Need to pay more attention. Look at this spot you swept. It's still covered in ash. Make sure not to miss any corners either. Anything dirty is to be cleaned. We are moving out soon. We cannot leave behind any trouble for the house's next owner. It is rather late, Mr. Ning. Where are you headed off to? Oh, don't mind me. Just going out for a walk. Mr. Ning's been acting really odd lately. Why is he spending his mid-autumn festival watching us clean the house instead of gazing at the moon? That's enough questions out of you. Focus on your sweeping. With such brilliant moonlight tonight, we should give it a pristine spot to land on. How did I get here? Grandfather's study. Her mind lurches on the edges of consciousness. She feels as though she's forgotten something important. An old book lies upon the desk in silence. Annals of Yon, Volume 124, Supplement 17, 1062. Since when was there such a book? Grandfather. It's been years since there was a criminal thrown into the 5th floor of this prison. What's the story tonight? assassinating someone at court. The Imperial Guard themselves are dragging the culprit here. What a ruthless... Shh. Don't think too hard about it and don't ask too many questions. Just keep a close eye on the culprit. You and I won't be enough to fix any mistakes. It seems that everything I've run into since my return to Baijiao has been part of some grand plan. A trail of clues laid out in front of me like that, like bait, leading towards a dead end. Not only was the perpetrator highly skilled in Kung Fu, but they also had intimate knowledge of the JRO's layout. They must have been working with Yu Cheng for quite some time. Yu Cheng asked you to take notes during his trial. This is why you stand here now, and it is also the reason I cannot allow you to participate any further. Whatever Yu Cheng's plan, you're most certainly part of it. That's right, her supervisor was trying to protect her in that case. Deputy Minister Lin, surely you wouldn't ask if you didn't know the answer already. Can you not see the truth, or do you simply pretend you can't because you don't dare to? What makes you so dead set on the case, Censor Zi Jin? As the moon slowly sinks into the west, their light passes through the barred window and scatters on the far wall of the cell. The night air condenses into dew beating on Lin Qingyan's brow. You know what's another good analog to how I'm feeling? You ever play like an RPG, right? Or a JRPG? Or just any other game really. And you get the system so well, your party composition is on point, your weapons are on point, your strat is on point, you break the game, you make the boss cower in fear, like you 1-turn him, or you 3-turn him, or you just make the boss look so lame, and then the cutscene plays and it's like your party gets hit once and like everyone's on the floor crawling away and you escape and that's the end of the fight. That's how it feels, man. And I hate when that happens too. Indeed, while I was waiting here, I managed to figure out many things that have been on my mind. It was you who set the scrollery on fire. Was it an answer I gave you here, or one you puzzled out beforehand? We meet again, Deputy Minister Lin. Should we slit this guy's throat or what? What a jerk. Hey, I'm not in the mood to discuss snacks with you right now. I've got people to save. Calm down, take it easy. Is it any use being so high-strung when you have so much to do? What do you know? All I know is if the heat ain't right, don't take off the lid. You can't skip out on meals if you have something big to do. If you don't eat, you're not getting anything done. Here, try this. Is this the tangerine cake you're looking for? Weren't you always saying I wouldn't be able to find it even if I searched all of Baijiao? I also said I'm the best chef in all of Baijiao. As long as the taste exists, I can replicate it. And this one's my own creation. It won't count for our bet. Isn't this the same cake you made before? Despite her skepticism, Blaze shoves a cake into her mouth. She's tried many fine dishes over the last few days and learned a lot about how to critique food during that time. The cake in front of her cannot be considered tasty. Xingzhu was right. Too much sugar will overwhelm the fragrance of the tangerine peel, and too much oil destroys the texture of the cake itself. It is not a tasty snack, but it is an exact match for the taste in her memories. How do you know this recipe? You were so hung up on my tangerine cake not being sweet enough. It got me wondering what kind of chef would make them that sweet. Then I thought of, what if the one who made them so sweet didn't do it for the taste? That means, you said you ate these in Victoria, right? I'm reminded of a regular customer I had many years ago. He always ordered some cakes, and he said he was going to send some off to his daughter in a foreign land. I told him they'd spoil long before they got to her. But he refused to believe me. He'd process it a bit himself, wrap it up in a layer after layer of letter paper. You could barely tell if it was a letter or some food by the end of it. You knew him. He came here. I've been searching for him all this time. You know what happened to him. I wouldn't say I knew him. He was just a regular customer of many years. I vaguely remember him always coming over before it was even bright out to order the cheapest breakfast I had on the menu. Then he'd sit by the window like he was waiting for someone. Waiting for someone? Who? How should I know? See for yourself. To sit at the same spot where her dad did? Day breaks. The faint full moons brush against the horizons. As the night comes to a close, there are many perhaps in slumber enjoying dreams of happy reunions. Diligent hawks over are early, setting up their stalls, their shouts echoing down the streets, rousing the sleepers of the metropolis. I've tried this Gea before. It's like way too grindy for me though. Super grindy. A familiar figure. This small restaurant, that serene manor, are separated by no more than a street corner. A fact barely worth noticing during normal times. Was this what he was looking at year after year? So he was there to look at his real daughter? Is that what it is? It's you. It's really you. Because, like, we see them now, right? Blaze and the dad don't look anything alike, but Xing Zhu and him are like carbon copies. And we know now that Blaze is the daughter of that quote-unquote traitorous Mandarin, so... It's as demanding as FFT. The man leaning against the corner is clothed in near rags. He grasps a mooncake in his hands, his face awash in crumbs, ignorant of his guest. A smear of light leaks in through the bars of his cell window, painting the criminal's gaunt face in stark relief. The JRO is truly kind, even as prisoners get a mooncake for the Mid-Autumn Festival. It's delicious. Want a bite? No need. I will be having my meals in this prison soon enough. I will have my own to enjoy. Pity, we still have so much to talk about. It's not quite the same without something to munch on, right? Finished the first escape, but I got a bad end because I kept throwing exploding penguins. It's a lot. There's a lot in that game. In those games. I think the only one I have readily available is 4. I played 1 on the PSP, and then I got 4 on PC. For decades, you've wanted to ask an old man like me your questions. I suppose today is your lucky day. You should hate me, Mr. Ning. You were one step away from being able to go back home without a heavy heart. One step away from enjoying your twilight years with your family. Just one small step. I really should hate you when you put it like that. I would like nothing more than to charge at you and tear at your flesh with my teeth. But on second thought, you've given up decades of your life and your position for me, spending the rest of your years within this cell.
No matter how you look at it, it should be you who hates me. You're overthinking it, Mr. Ning. I said it before, but I was never any good at my job or at being a decent human being. Not like Gu Quan. I'm a glutton, you see, the type that loves sniffing out deep hidden truths. I tore open shells to get at the flesh and got addicted to the sweet, sweet taste of the marrow. I'll do anything for it, even if it leaves my hands bloodied and my teeth shattered. During all these years, you were the biggest, plumpest shell beast on my dining table. How could I ever hate you? Even if I were to hate, it wouldn't be for anything on my side. Your teeth are still in fine shape. I never saw them chip while they were gnawing on my old bones. But Yu Cheng, why were you so sure I would have come to see you today? If I had just walked away from all this, all your plots and plans would have gone to waste, no? Because I understand you. I understand you far too well, Mr. Ning. I simply had to gamble that during the years you spent bobbing around the hierarchy of Mandarins, you would dirty your hands, but you would still retain your humanity. You let Gu Quan live on while he was right under your nose after all, and raised his daughter to boot. You care about the fate of that child, those two children rather. You wanted to see those girls live carefree, innocent lives while you yet live. You knew that if you did not relent one day, they would never know peace. And so you came to see me. You had to. You've looked into these matters already. It seems you managed to find out most of what should have been found out. How long did it take you? I only finished deciphering the clues and piecing them all together last year. It shames me to admit as a deputy minister, but my pace was a bit too slow. Gu Quan, on the other hand, he managed to figure it out years ago. I never considered that. The year he returned to Baijiao, you managed to put him under your watch. But you never thought he would copy decades worth of letters from your home. By peering through all those letters between Grand Mandarins and nobles, he, a 9th rank ceremonial officer, found every survivor of that murder case. He unraveled the threads and pierced the truth together. Gu Quan's diligence knew no bounds. I underestimated him. Anything more you wish to say, Mr. Ning? What is there left to say? What sins must be admitted, I shall admit. I really did send someone to kill the Minister of Justice who presided over the Grand Preceptor's case. But not because he accused me of being the Grand Preceptor's collaborator in treason. Rather, because the Grand Preceptor's treason was a miscarriage of justice all along. Indulge me in curiosity, Deputy Minister Lin. When did you figure it out? This guy has a really punchable face, man. I suspected it was you who set Ding Feng Lo alight. Why? What would I have to do with that incident? Call it a hunch. Though you might not have used your kung fu at the time, a mask was not enough to prevent me from thinking that person's figure and skills were familiar. Very familiar. Afterwards, at the JRO, you sought me out and managed to cement this particular suspicion in my mind. Come to think of it, you must have been in close contact with Yu Cheng as early as when I was preparing to impeach him. I never considered the possibility you were already cooperating with him at the time. From the scrollery fire to the hanging scroll in the Ning Manor, and then on to the fire at the Ding Feng Lo, this recent string of mysteries was you trying to lead me along a trail of clues, wasn't it? That was rather rushed and sloppy now that I look back. And the fire at the Feast of 100 Delicacies? I must regret to inform you that was not my doing truly. Merely an unexpected turn that happened to align with our goal. Why did you two do all this? Ridiculous as it may sound, this all started with an old case. Not a large one, yet not a small one either. A case I happened upon by chance after I joined the Department of Discipline and Supervision. The Minister of Justice, assassinated by a beggar in the middle of the street. A case I could hardly believe, yet one hastily closed without meaningful build-up or a satisfying conclusion. Though the assassin had been executed, his identity, his motive, there were simply too many vague unknowns in the file. As I dug deeper, I noticed that every thread led towards an even bigger case, a case that had snipped all those threads short. The Grand Preceptor's treason. You've investigated that case too. The betrayal of the 3 Grand Ministers, a case large enough to shake the court and one that implicates countless others. Forget finding the truth, even just mentioning the Grand Preceptor's name at the time was the greatest of taboos. The Grand Preceptor incited the prince to regicide. This was all the history books had to say on the matter. But nobody knows the truth of what happened the night of the old True Long passed away. Who was it who mobilized the city guard? Who went into the palace? Only later did I realize I was not the only one looking into this case. Was this how you got to know Yu Cheng? Should I rather call it foul beasts of a feather or friendship at first sight? You said the two of you weren't able to follow the trail, so how did you determine the Grand Preceptor was wrongly accused? It wasn't our research that led to this conclusion. The one who brought everything to light was Gu Quan. Why? You seriously not know why? Of course I do. I just wanted to ask you how this why tasted when you said it aloud. The people cry out, their hearts uneasy. Only those who've experienced the struggle know that Yan's current peace and prosperity were hard won. It was a very, very long time ago. The old True Long was diligent. At the time, Originium Industries were beginning to change the structure of this great land. Even during Yan's turbulent times, he did not allow her to fall behind the other nations of Terra. And so it was that the great hero was infected with neuropathy in his twilight years. Believing his days were numbered, his many policies began to stray into bias and imbalance. At the time, the prince wished to stop the True Long, and the Grand Preceptor stood by his side. This supposed support was her urging to the prince to seize the throne. The old True Long died the night the prince entered the palace to admonish him. As for the prince, his whereabouts since that night are unknown. Such a tumultuous event demanded an explanation, which required someone to be charged with everything. Wow, so the prince is missing. So that's a third brother, since we know that there's the True Long and Wei Yan Wu. So another brother. Do you think the current True Long was unaware of all this? Changes in the court naturally lead to unrest among the masses. The purge of traitors, a very fitting slogan. The then young True Long acted with an iron fist to sweep away many courtiers with evil intent, stabilizing the situation as quickly as possible. This ensured this spell of court intrigue never made it outside the walls of the Forbidden City. For 40 years, I assumed I was the only one, aside from the True Long himself, to still remember what transpired. Until 10 or so years after that case ended, that young man stood in front of me once again. I fear you speak of that time too lightly, Mr. Ning. It was not only traitors who were swept away, there was also the entirety of the Grand Preceptor's family, 28 in all. They were all sent to prison. Some committed suicide in their cells to prove their innocence. Those who lived were exiled. I tried to find some trace of them, but it was of no use. Couldn't find a single one. Except for a child, spirited away during the turmoil, still swaddled in a blanket. I never considered the possibility she still lived, yet never truly believed she had died. It seems you've met her. A few days ago. Her appearance is not too similar, but their personality? It's like two peas in a pod. Gu Quan never spoke a word about that child's whereabouts during the decade he spent in Baijiao, right up until his death. I'm sure you're now well aware of why he died on the road back to Victoria. Yu Cheng, you old bastard. You used Gu Quan's own death to ensure there was no possibility of anyone finding that child, which also gave you the opportunity to investigate me. At the time, I assumed Gu Quan had no success in his exhaustive research into the Grand Preceptor's case, which prompted him to leave Baijiao in despair. It was only after many years I realized it was not the so-called truth he sought. He had long since found the answers to those troubles you mentioned earlier. What he hoped I would do was something else entirely. What was that? I don't understand. Are you telling me you two knew all along that Blaze was the orphan from that case? Your investigation should have already revealed that Gu Quan and Yu Cheng knew each other. After taking the child away, Gu Quan kept the secret of her whereabouts to himself for decades. But before he met his untimely end, he confided in the only friend he had, Yu Cheng. After his death, Yu Cheng immediately began to search for her. However, he was unable to personally act as deputy minister at the JRO. He entrusted the task of performing discreet inquiries to me, far from the center of court politics so as not to attract attention. By the time I found her in Victoria, she was already infected. I could not take her back to Baijiao right away. For the sake of protecting her, I had no choice but to place her in the care of a medical organization that treated the infected. Wow! So he's the reason Blaze found Rhodes Island. And how old is this dude? If we know Blaze is like 40, this dude must be like up there. So it was you. You were already aligned at the time, I see. But you were also part of this plan from early on, Deputy Minister Lin. 70. Wouldn't it be nice if all of us could age like that as well? Could still look like we're in our 30s when we're 70. What do you mean? How was it you were able to find Blaze's trail? How were you able to come across those files pertaining to her past? Surely you didn't just attribute them to chance. So you were the spider web? You were the spider in the center, so like, what was the point then? Yu Cheng would not have told you these himself. The risk was too great. There could not be a third person who knew all of this in Terra. But he was always searching for a suitable candidate, one with courage who stood for truth. He has long since been ready to give his life for his cause. I am happy to dirty my hands doing what must be done in his stead. But it's not enough. We needed someone pure and innocent, one who could use honest means to lay bare the truth. It's nearly time. So they needed a sacrificial lamb. We still have one last opportunity. Do you still wish to bring the truth out into the light of day? Oh, now you're just gonna ask it? You could have done that from the jump. Higashi's skin tear is amazing too. Doesn't that mean Late Z is pretty up there too? I think she is too. We know for a fact she's older than... Well, we don't know for a fact, but I assume that she's older than Blaze because of the way she speaks to her. You know? It's a little bit dismissive.
Almost dozed off. Gather around me, guys.
Many intellectuals must join a battle before penning a decent.
What are you scared of? So long as you're here, have some hot soup before you go.
Air's burning my lungs.
Yep, you will go there.
One should spar from time to time.
What's his talent one again? Oh.
Spring breeze, timely rain. Now we sow the grain.
Spits copper coins to deal heavy damage at long range. Oh, that's what was damaging my guys so much before. Let's give them a shield.
Drift of time.
Your weapons are right at your fingertips. Why wait?
If you're really drenched and bone.
Alright, you. Now. Now.
How did the rest go?
The spotlight shines on us. Agony, ever etched on our hearts.
I'm ready to fight.
Gummy we can put there.
Push forward, Commander!
Ease. I know like it was necessary for like the the narrative and the plot and all for us to be on this wild goose chase, but like because we're from the perspective of Blaze and Latesy, it feels like we were made fools of, you know? And I don't like that. Not a fan of that. Man, those guys got hit by the true damage and they were still...
Patience, slow simmer on low heat.
What are you waiting for? The curtains are about to fall.
Sow the mountains when summer leaves the white dew. Seed the plains when equinox paints russet hue.
There we go. Alright, more answers, please. Yu Cheng. That is the truth behind the Grand Preceptor case you seek. Do you have any further questions? You've spoken at length, yet you've said nothing about your role in these events, Mr. Ning. Why did you send someone to kill the Minister of Justice? Do you not already have the answer, Deputy Minister Yu? Was it not you who accused me years ago of having the Minister murdered to stop him from investigating and save myself from the chaos? You need not be in such a hurry to discredit yourself. There was one question that perplexed me for a long time. Why did Gu Quan stay at your house when he returned to Baijiao nearly a decade later? It was not until I saw that girl at your house did all the puzzle pieces fall into place. He narrowly escaped with his life, yet he still returned to Baijiao, not only to find out the truth of what happened, but also to search for the daughter he left behind. It seems he did not tell you much. Yes, most of what follows will be mere speculation. If I'm wrong, feel free to laugh in my face. I heard that after the Grand Preceptor's suicide following accusations of treason, the entire nation was in an uproar and mandarins distanced themselves from her. Yet one academy student dared to honor her in public. It was thus that he stumbled onto the Grand Preceptor's home as the belongings within were being confiscated. In his hurry, all he could take away was a baby girl, just born into the family. As it so happened, his own daughter was recently born as well. At his wit's end, he tried to flee Baijiao with his wife and the two babies. As a scholar with no background, he didn't get far before an Imperial Guard captured him. Perhaps out of compassion and wanting to keep the Grand Preceptor's bloodline going, the Imperial Guard spared the scholar and the Grand Preceptor's child, instead taking the scholar's daughter. I do not know what Gu Quan was thinking at the time, but it was most likely he had no other choice. This child fell into the hands of the Minister of Justice, her bloodline obvious, with a modicum of research. But as it turned out, How to handle this child of an outsider was a delicate conundrum indeed. It was around this time that you, Mr. Ning, long dissatisfied with the minister's extreme methods, decided to take the ultimate risk, assassination. The Grand Preceptor's case implicated many, and it seemed fitting that the blood-stained Minister of Justice met his end through retribution. With the court's turmoil resolved, the True Lung allowed the blood-stained curtain to finally fall in this fashion. The only unresolved question left is that child. Based on how things are now, she was taken into your care. What this entailed is not hard to guess, but as for the why of it. If I recall correctly, Mr. Ning, you enjoyed the tutelage of the Grand Preceptor as well, correct? Oh, Yu Cheng, had you not been absorbed in judicial work or confined to this cell, I shudder to think what that meticulous mind of yours might have accomplished. It's terrifying, truly terrifying. You flatter me. I'm nothing more than a fool compared to Guquan. It is simply because I've met far too many people in my capacity as... It's always a mouthful. Deputy Minister of the JRO. The more one sees, the more one learns. Now that I think about it, the dish Guquan offered to the True Lung at the Feast of 100 Delicacies wasn't merely an act of suicide. It was him reconciling with the truth. Before he passed, he did not tell me the truth, but he did divulge the whereabouts of the Grand Preceptor's orphan. He must have hoped that once I found the truth for myself, I would also choose reconciliation. Yet I could not. All I could do was use my methods to find the people still left, the ones you care for, and force you to spit out the truth. All things considered, Mr. Ning, you are no villain, perhaps just a coward. Hate me all you want. To see that child once more has always been a wish of mine. I will go and seek an audience with His Majesty. You know everything? I only just found out. I still want to ask you, how are you so calm about all this? It was a suspicion I hid away in my heart for many, many years, one I have finally found proof for. Like a thorn stuck in your palm, it may bleed a bit when you pluck it out, but you'll feel much better afterwards. Why? Why won't you say something? I don't know how it came to all this. Should I feel sad or angry right now? I don't know. All I know is that my mind's a mess and my heart feels like it's being stabbed. Who the hell am I supposed to set ablaze with this fire crawling up my throat? Well, I have a question for you. Blaze, can you tell me about Guquan? My father? What sort of man was he? Welcome back. He was an idiot, a nerd, and a liar. I hate lies. I've seen too many of them. Greedy lies, cowardly lies, sneaky lies, but never one that demanded a lifetime of commitment, one that cost him his own daughter and himself, all to protect someone who had nothing to do with him. How could he be so stupid? It reminds me of a story I once read. There once was a guard who watched over a rest station by the river. One day he saw a flood coming from upstream. He wanted to run upstream and tell the people there to close the sluice gates, but he had only run halfway when he saw the river was rising too quickly. It was too late to close the gates, so he immediately decided to turn and warn the villagers downstream to flee. Back and forth he ran until finally he was consumed and swept away by the flood. He didn't manage to do anything or save anyone. Get to the point already. Would you say this man's deeds sound familiar? Fine, I get it. Well, I don't really get all the details of your windy ass story, but you're talking shit about him, aren't you? He wasn't a bad guy, okay? He was just... Ugh. I know you've got good reasons to blame him, duh, but if he was the one who threw you away, why would he spend so much time coming back to look for you? I thought I would be the one consoling you, not the other way around. Blaze, you're infected, right? Wait, when did you figure that out? Man, you're too damn clever by half. Sorry, I didn't mean anything untoward. I was just thinking that it really should have been my fate to be. The hell are you even talking about? What, you think you've done something wrong and deserve a worse fate? Please, my life is awesome. I've got lots of buddies and I found a dream of mine. If anything, you're the one who got it bad. Growing up all by yourself in that big old mansion alone and miserable. It almost sounds like you're roasting me. I'm not. But I understand. I understand what you mean. Oh, right. I still haven't asked you what your name actually is. Zhu Huang. Gu Zhu Huang. It's the name Dad he gave me. Wow, I forget how long it's been since I last told someone my real name. Well, that's it. That's the last of my secrets. A blazing candle to ward against the dark. Zhu for candle, Huang for blaze, and the family name Gu to ward you. It really does sound like a name he would pick. Blaze, would you say I've only really gotten to know you now after all this? I guess so, yeah. Wait, no, I've still got lots to tell you. I need to bring you to Victoria to have a look around. My mom, or rather your birth mother, you should probably go see her. She's still alive? Who said she was dead? She's still hale and hearty. She lives in a small town out in western Victoria. Once everything's wrapped up here, I'll take you to her. She definitely wants to see you. Alright. Oh, she's crying. Why are you crying? I'm not. But you're the one who's about to break into tears any second now. I'm just happy. I never thought I'd suddenly find myself a little sister after all these years. Who's ever heard of sisters like us? And besides, we don't know yet who's the little one. I've been through a lot today. Can't you let me have this one? And there you were, consoling me. Look, I just wanted to say, from now on, you're not alone anymore, okay? That's a nice happy ending. Man, isn't that lovely? Out of the myriad flavors in this land, the taste of reunion is the sweetest of them all. Really now, damn it, what am I tearing up for? That's the last of my worries settled. Oh right, that judicial officer at the Forbidden City last night, Late Z. She was being held up by that Imperial Guard lady when she sent me flying out of the city. What should we do now? This isn't over quite yet. I need to go and finish off what I should have done in the first place. What are you planning to do? Demand an explanation for everyone's sake. $100 it has been. She probably wouldn't agree. Well, if she was able to reunite with her grandma or her master, her OG, it would have been fine. Unfortunately, Project Red was there. He returns once again to where this game of Wake Keys started. The board is covered in cobwebs and dust, a single black stone at the center. He extends his hand to brush away the grime. I keep on forgetting that Reunion is like their name of the organization. You know, because like it's just it's Reunion. It's like I almost forget that there's an actual meaning behind Reunion. That was a good joke. I'm just being I'm a little dum-dum today, Zo. Where are you off to? You got a meal to deliver. If you're going, then who's gonna mind the restaurant? At this hour, it's past closing time. You gonna open tomorrow? That depends on my mood tomorrow. Hard to say right now. Why do I get the feeling that you want to call it quits? Fine by me, but you still owe me 6 months of wages. Settle that and I'll let you go. Shh, you're so money-minded. How about all those staff meals I cooked for you? They must be worth a few months of debt. Fine, fine. On the right stove in the kitchen, the third brick from the corner. The last of my spare cash is under that brick. Take it. I've been with you for quite a few years now. Yep, 15 whole years. You've stuck around the longest out of all of your associates, candle holder. Means we were really fated to be. If I kept reminding myself that I was a candle holder, the sweet regulator, I'm afraid I wouldn't have stayed that long. You know, I had a feeling this guy was something else. To be honest, it's been years since I reminded myself who I really am, too. Not like I was trying to remember or not, mind you. Whether as a man or beast, I've found this life full of delightful flavors. Nothing to complain about. Best you keep not remembering. I fear if you do, you'll forget the tastes of man. Your palate will grow dull and numb, and your cooking skill will go to waste. Yeah, I wouldn't be too happy with that either. Shouldn't the sweet regulator have been paying him then, right? But there's one thing I'll never forget. It's that my troublemaking brothers and sisters still need to eat. Not to mention the one that's most troublesome of all. Though considering how long it's been since we last saw each other, it's hard to say what he's like now. You know the consequences of delivering this particular meal today, right? Yeah, more or less. It's obvious, like not keeping cotton by the stove. The sweet regulator is not going to be happy if we have a family reunion. Also, if a fight breaks out at such a delicate moment, you might not be seeing me tomorrow. I've made a lot of food and met a lot of people these past few years. My wish was for every customer who walks through those doors to have a tasty meal and a life with fewer regrets. The 4 flavors of the kitchen, the 4 emotions of the heart, sorrowful partings and joyful reunions, they're not much different. But just as fresh fins have their bones and malices have no scent, this land is filled with regrets. Eat when you're hungry, sleep when you're tired, and when you miss your family, maybe it's as simple as going to them. Are you really willing to let this go? There are a lot of things I don't want to let go of, but I can't hold on to them forever either. Jang, mind looking after the shop for me while I'm gone? You've been watching me cook for so long, you must have picked something up by now. If any customers come by, look after them for me, will you? Savors at Use, the House of Aftertaste. It ended up being a fitting name. The mortal realm really lingers on the tongue. Wow, he just faded out too. We're back in the Forbidden City. This girl. Captain, my report, the patrol battalion has dispatched all their men, and sweep searches are underway in 8 districts. Still no sign of the target. It's been an entire day. Before day breaks, we must... Heard you were looking for me? Who's there? Blaze, out of the way. What's this, here to surrender? Good, you've saved me the effort of searching the entire city for you. I don't care if you want to take me in for what I did at the feast or who I am. Now's not the time for it. I've got urgent business, so best you move it. Ha! I've never been this pissed off before. If you really want to get in my way, then come and try me. That's right, Blaze. What are you gonna do? I'm here to deliver a bowl of longevity noodles to the true lung.
No matter the sins.
Ooh,
all
she's
will
gonna get her
fall
answers
to
from
the
straight from the
lines
true
at the end of
lung.
time.
We don't know how much time has passed too. So if you remember a few nodes ago, Wei and Yu got an invitation, right? So he was supposed to be there at the Feast of 100 Delicacies, but we didn't see anything from him when everything went wrong that night. So maybe we'll see him now when we go with Blaze to see the true lung. Right? That seems like it would be the thing. Is this guaranteed? It's not. What is guaranteed here? That's the farming node. But alright, guys. It is about to be 10 now. I have to go a little bit earlier today because I have to drop a car off. I actually have my brother's car at my house right now. He left it with me while he was on vacation, but he's back, so I actually have to drive it back to him now while I still have some time. So like I said, nighttime for me, but morning for you. I will continue because I think we're about to end the event now. If not this one, then the next one. And we have the X stages still to do as well. So I'll be streaming that later tonight for me and morning for y'all. But alright guys, thanks for joining me today. The story is like it was great. Don't get me wrong, I've been enjoying it so far, except for that one part where they have to pump up the drill master to be Billy Badass or whatever. Like shit, like stuff like that gets like really annoying. But otherwise, I'm having fun with the event. I hope you guys are too. But alright guys, I will catch you later. Have a good night, good morning, whichever it is, and I will see you later.